Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. Today we want to look at some amazing questions tweeted by Black Pen and Red Pen. This question is seriously amazing, but let's see how it goes. Okay, we have x plus 1 over x equal root 3. If x plus 1 over x give us root 3, then what will be the value for x to power of 1024 plus 1 over x to power of 2014? You can pause the video and give this problem a try, and when you're done, you keep watching the video. Okay, let's start from where we know. By multiplying through by x, if I have x squared plus 1 equal the square root of 3x. If this is what I have, I can write this as x squared minus root 3x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, if this is what I have, I can apply what? The quadratic formula in solving this. So, I have x to equal root 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 minus 4 divided by 2. So, x equal root 3 plus or minus the square root of minus 1 over 2. This in terms equal square root of 3 divided by 2 plus or minus I over 2. Now, if you look at this now, this is like a polar form. Sorry, this is a rectangular form of a complex number. Because if I have what? Z equal a plus br. This is a rectangular form of a complex number. And a is taking the value of root 3 over 2. And b is taking the value of 1 over 2 here. Now that I have the value of x to equal root 3 over 2, let's consider the positive value only in order to work smart. So, root 3 over 2 plus I over 2. If I put this into this is a problem mathematically, right? Because this power is too high for us to expand. Hence, what if we try convert this to polar form? Can we have something simple to work with? Yes. Okay, let's see. If I have a complex number, let's quickly recall. If I have a complex number z equal a plus br, I can write this in polar form because this is in a rectangular form. So in polar form, I will have this to be z equal r e to the power of theta I. So all I need to do here now is to find the value of r and the value of theta. Hence, the value of r is given as the square root of a squared plus b squared. And the value of theta is given as arctan of b over a. Are we together? Okay, if that should be the case, r equal the square root of our a is going to be root 3 over 2 all square plus 1 over 2 all square. So this is r equal the square root of 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4. And this in turn equal 1. Also, the value for theta can be arctan of b is going to be 1 over 2 divided by root 3 over 2, right? Hence, we have that theta is arctan of 1 over root 3. So the arctan of 1 over root 3 gives us that 30 degrees. Okay, so this is in degree now. We need to convert it back to what? We need to convert it back to radian. So 30 degrees in radian, we have that theta is going to be pi over 6 in radian. Are we together? Now, this is in the first quadrant. How do I know that it's first quadrant? If you plot the value of 1 over 2 and root 3 over 2, because this is positive and this is positive. And if you look at what the quadrant, this is the first quadrant, this is the second, and this is the third, this is the fourth. So for you to determine the quadrant in which the argument of a complex number falls to, you need to consider this y-axis is the imaginary part and the x-axis is the real part. So if the real part is positive, it's going to fall in this direction, and if the imaginary part is also positive, it will fall in this direction. So we have them to be in the first quadrant. Hence, our theta is 30 degrees for you, and 30 degree in radian is pi over 6. Are we together? Now we can slot this into this now. So instead of having this now, we're going to have that x equal, since our r is what, 1, we have what, e to the power of pi over 6i to be the value for x. Now back to the original question. X to the power of what? 1024 will now become e to the power of pi over 6i all to the power of 1024 plus, this will be e to the power of pi over 6i all to the power of negative 2014. Okay, this is not still suitable to work with. We can now change this, this from Euler's formula. If I have from Euler's formula, if I have e to the power of theta I, this is the same thing as saying cos of theta plus I sine of theta. So if I put this in place of this, I'm going to have that the cos, theta is pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 6, how would that? All raised to power of 124 plus, this now will become what? Cos of pi over 6, then plus I sine of pi over 6, all raised to power of negative 2014. So I just rewrite this in form of this. Okay, so that we can have enough space to work with. Let me clean this. Okay, guys, let's move on now. So this is what we have now. The cos of pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 6 all raised to power of 1024 plus cos of pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 6 all raised to power of negative 2014. Okay, if this is the case, now we have to recall something because we still need to expand this bracket. But don't stress yourself. A theorem known as De Morphy's theorem can help us out to simplify this. De Morphy's theorem states that if I have that cos of theta plus I sine of theta raised to power of n, my result is going to be cos of n theta plus I sine of n theta. Are we together? Okay, if we apply this to this, let's focus on this one only for now, then we'll later focus on this in order to avoid the mistakes and in order for the board not to look cumbersome. Okay, we are focusing on this now. So if this is what we have, the cos of pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 6 all raised to power of 1024, this will become the cos of 1024 pi over 6 plus I sine of 1024 pi over 6 as well. So this is what we have now. Okay, now remember that when dealing with De Morphy's theorem, the value of theta must not be greater than 2 pi. Hence, we need to take away 2 pi from this and see what our result will look like. In order for us to save time, we need to continue what? subtracting 2 pi from this value until we have a reasonable value like cos of this now is 1024 pi over 6. Like I said, is absolutely greater than 2 pi. Alright? So we can reduce this now to 2 pi all over 3 plus I sine of 2 pi all over 3. So this result should give us, if I have 2 pi divided by 3, so let us punch our calculator to get our value. 2 times pi, so if I have 2 times 180, my result is 360 divided by 3, so that will give me 120. So I will have cos of 120 plus I sine of 120. Okay, this will give me negative 1 over 2 plus I root 3 over 2. Do we get this now? So we've gotten the value for the first part. Let us have it on our dashboard here. So we have negative 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2I. So let's deal with the other part of the equation. So okay, so we need to deal with this part now. And we have cos of, instead of pi over 6, it becomes negative 2014 pi all over 6, plus I sine of negative 2014 pi all over 6. Okay, now, cos is an even function. So cos of negative value is going to be what? Positive value. Hence, I can just write this as cos of 2014 pi divided by 6 plus, this will become minus. So negative I sine of 2014 pi all over 6. Again, this value is absolutely greater than 2 pi. Hence, I need to continue subtracting 2 pi from this value until it reduces to either what? 360 or below what? 360. So if I continue subtracting 2 pi from this now, I will end up having cos of 5 pi divided by 6. Okay. Okay, so I will keep on having this until I have this. So if I keep subtracting 2 pi from this, I'll end up having cos of what? Cos of 5 pi divided by 3 minus what? I sine of 5 pi divided by 3. Okay, so if I look for the value of this with my calculator, so I have 5 times 180, that's 900 divided by 3, that gives us 300. So I will have cos of 300 minus I sine of 300. Hence, this will give me positive what? Cos of 300. So this will give me 1 over 2. And this will give me negative root 3 over 2I. Hence, this will become negative 1 over 2, positive 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2I. So do we get that now? Hence, we have the second part of this question to be 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2I. Hence, our result now can be determined. Okay, if that should be the case, the value for the value for x to power of 1024 plus 1 over x to power of 2014 is going to be minus 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2i, then plus 1 over 2 plus root 3 over 2r. Hence, this and this will cancel. Then I will have 2 root 3i all over 2. So this and this will cancel. Hence, x to power of 1024 plus 1 over x to power of 2014 is going to be root 3r. Remember that we consider the positive value only. If we consider the negative value also, we are going to end up having what? Negative root 3i. Hence, our answer is going to be plus or minus root 3i. Isn't this awesome? Don't you see mathematics is awesome? Is this question not amazing? If yes, kindly subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share within your friends. Thanks for learning.